So all throughout my taiko career, we've been telling people, oh, kumidaiko is something you have to experience live. You have to feel the energy of the drums and the vibration, and we have to play it with the group. So what happens when you don't have the group and you don't have the drums?
So it was really hard not playing taiko for a few months. At the beginning of the pandemic, we obviously had no practices and hadn't quite figured out virtual practices yet.
I think a lot of us during the pandemic have been working from home and kind of in our own bubble. And a lot of times, that's for all things, and also working, 14, 20 hours a day.
My participation and relationship to taiko over the past year and a half has been limited due to two factors, work and then also some of the conditions that our group agreed to when we were coming back to in-person practice.
It was my first long break away from taiko ever. Like, I've been playing taiko in some form for like 14 years. To have that time away, it just felt like a whole way of thinking and using my body and my brain just went away. It felt like this big piece of myself was gone.
Obviously it sucked at the beginning when everything had to stop and everything had to be cancelled and we had to close the taiko centre, and particularly because I live on my own as well, so there have been huge chunks of the last 18 months where I've had to be completely on my own because of lockdown rules.
Everything else was making me tired and everything else was unknown, and the one thing that kept giving me energy was practicing taiko, teaching taiko, even on Zoom. So I think I look at taiko as a life force for me, very much a life force.
But then I soon started teaching online to stay engaged and connected with people that I normally teach. We were rehearsing online as well to stay connected. And also there were just so many different things going on online. So in terms of webinars and sort of big taiko calls where there were loads of people on discussing X, Y, and Z.
I taught about, at the height, 5 classes on Zoom per week, which meant trying to figure out how to keep people engaged without the taiko themselves. I had to really go deep into thinking about what is the thing that will keep people coming back even though they don't have the vibration and the energy of the taiko.
For lots and lots of reasons, taiko has been really deprioritized for me, playing-wise, but that actually led to a happy experiment where I was training and sharing what I knew about leading songs with one of our members to help increase our bench strength.
I've spent a lot of time practicing taiko and other auxiliary instruments, usually around 1 to 2 hours, but on certain days up to 4 alone. And this relationship has been sort of my meditation, as well as a process that has helped shape my identity as a taiko instructor in this world.